Welcome to the Pulse with Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano. Let's get you to the pulse on everything you need to know. And folks, we've saw your messages, we've gotten your emails, we've seen what you've wanted, and you've wanted a food segment. And where better to come than to visit my good friend Luca Infantino's restaurant, second restaurant in Hoboken, which of course is Terrace by Alessio's, located at 1201 Madison Street in the Northwest Resiliency Park. And joining me is a person who's been missing as well because we haven't really been covering food, is one of our Places insider, Jenna Piemonte of at the Hungry Traveler. Jenna, it is so great to have you back on.
So great to be here. Missed you guys.
Exactly. We missed you too. And of course, Alessio's has their OG location, as we like to call it, on Sixton Park. You've been there before.
Yes, I have. My
Exactly.
best friend used to live across the street, so we used to go a lot.
Oh my God. Amazing. Really, really amazing. But now we're at their uptown location. And I'm an uptown guy, so I got this. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's what it is. But anyway, we have who here wants to hear talk. All right. We got all this food in front of us. Correct. So Jenna, we're going to start with these wonderful sandwich in front of you.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So this is the Hoboken Girl Sandwich. So a portion of the proceeds from all the sales of these sandwiches go to support local charities. They do a different charity every quarter with Hoboken Girl.
Exactly. And they've raised $5 million, from what I understand, from this charity. And while you dig in, what's in it, first of all? Yeah.
Okay, so we have scrambled eggs, avocado, there's caramelized onions, and a hash brown.
All right. Well, dig in.
Bread looks amazing. Oh, and cheese.
Of course.
Of course, have to have cheese.
Of course, yeah. And folks, stay tuned because in the next segment, we actually will have the marketing director of Hoboken Girl, Joelle Hernandez. And, so we're making this like a Hoboken Girl themed show as well. What do you think?
It's really good. The bread is fresh, delicious, perfect fluffy layer of egg. And I love a hash brown on a sandwich.
Yeah.
So that makes my heart whole.
Exactly. And all the bread is baked, if not on this premises, in their other location on Sixton Park, if I'm not mistaken. So Luca knows how to do it right,
Yeah, and it has such a good crust on it. The crunch I got when I bit in was perfect.
Exactly. Well, we have a lot of dishes to go here, so I'm going to ask you for a ranking on this one.
Ooh. I haven't ranked one in so long.
Well, never too late to start, Jenna.
I'm going to go 8 out of 10.
All right. Awesome. Now, what's the next dish that you want to try?
So we have a fried chicken sandwich here.
Talk to me.
There's a hot honey sauce on it.
Okay.
And there's pickles. The fries also look incredible.
Oh, man.
I did sneak a taste. They are incredible.
And Jenna, you probably would agree with me on this one. The chicken sandwich is like the new go-to in any type of restaurant you go to.
Oh yeah,
correct?
they're having a moment. Plus, I feel like anything with like a good sauce on it, any fried chicken sandwich with a delicious sauce is just a 10 out of 10 all the time.
Exactly.
And hot honey is also having such a moment. So.
Oh, absolutely love that. All right, I'm gonna let you dig in there.
Huge.
Look at that chicken. Unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Exactly.
Like a perfect bite off the back.
Oh,
let's see.
Don't worry, Jenna. Everybody wants to see you make a mess. Oh, she went in a little soft there.
Oh my God.
And that's like, that just goes to show you the portions that they give here at Alessio's. I mean, they do not skim.
Very generous.
I mean, look at that bun. My God, it's so fabulous. What do you think?
That's really good.
Take your time. Don't worry. We got all night here,
The chicken is so crispy, but it's not too heavy. Also, the breading isn't falling off, which is huge. Because you get a chicken sandwich, then sometimes between the bun and everything, the breading falls right off of the chicken. It's all on there. It's perfectly intact.
Exactly.
Great sandwich.
You got to take a bite with this bread.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now. I mean, and folks, that's what you get here. I mean, this Northwest Resiliency Park is absolutely gorgeous. And right in the middle of it is this absolutely gorgeous restaurant, Terrace by Alessio's. You like that? That was called filibustering. I was trying to help you out there,
Thank you.
So, all right, you got to give me a score.
9.5 out of 10.
Wow. And I have to tell you, out of all of our foodies on the show, Krista and Megan and Jenna's the toughest grader. So that just goes to show you how absolutely fabulous this sandwich is. All right, we're going to move on because I keep talking about Luca Infantino because he's my fellow paisan, of course. And how could we not try a pasta dish in a restaurant called Alessio's, correct?
So true. I am so excited about this dish. I mean, who doesn't love vodka sauce? We have a pasta alla vodka here. All of the pasta is made fresh
Wow. On premises.
on
That's
premise.
phenomenal. And you know, that's what you get at Alessio's. You kind of get everything that you would see in Italia. And I was just in Italia last summer for the first time in 24 years, but different story for a different time, folks. And that's what a cafe is. You know, you have your pasta, you have your paninis. Jenna's been there to Italy
Oh, yeah.
recently. So, I mean, what Alessio's does is here at the Terrace and at his second location and his Jersey City location is bring that influence right to Hudson County. And that's so important. Was that enough filibustering?
Mhm.
All right,
I
good.
ate 2 pieces.
All right, I love that. Score?
So good. 10 out of 10.
10.
Wrap it
Wow.
up and taking it home. So
Phenomenal.
good. You can taste how fresh the pasta is. There is nothing better than fresh pasta.
And the vodka sauce just hits.
So creamy, delicious, not too creamy. Perfect. I love it.
All right. Well, we're going to move on because, again, like we spoke about this just a few seconds ago. Go ahead. I'll let you explain what it is.
Cool. We have the Terrace burger. So, you know, just a traditional burger, but fresh made bun. We have some lettuce, tomato, cheese. The sauce looks so good. It's like oozing outside.
Oh, man.
And I'm a big burger fan, so
All right. Well, I'll let
excited.
you dig in, and I do have a special announcement for those fans of Terrace by Alessio's. In just a short time, they will be offering beer and wine here as well. So you can obviously come in, try the pasta dishes, try the sandwiches, the salads, which we're going to get to next, and then have a beer and wine with your meal.
So good.
Absolutely.
Also dipping a fry in the sauce that's dripping.
Oh,
from
wow.
there.
So is it like their special sauce here?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's really good.
All right. Cooked to perfection?
Cooked perfectly. You see it in there. Great. You know, I like a not too fussy burger. A traditional burger, keep it simple. It's perfect. Also, the sauce, amazing.
Okay. And
So good.
I noticed on the chicken sandwich and I noticed on
Yeah.
the burger right now, there's a letter on there. Is that an A for Alessio?
Yeah.
Like
I love it.
I love it
Extra
too.
branding.
Exactly. A little branding is right. Anyway, what would you grade the burger?
I'm gonna go 9.5.
That is phenomenal. Okay. So now
Burgers.
something that they do in Italy a lot, Jenna,
Mhm.
you should probably know, you've been there, a few times, is they have their salad after the meal.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
I did know that.
Exactly. So why not bring the Italian culture here to 1201 Madison Street, the Terrace by Alessio's, right? And do the salad last.
I love it.
What
Treat
type
ya.
yeah, of course. Absolutely. I'm stealing a fry while you do that. Go
Do
ahead.
it. The fries are really good.
Uh-huh.
They're thick. Ooh,
Mm.
thick
That
and
fresh
crispy.
cut.
Yeah,
Oh my
fresh
God.
cut.
That
Oh,
is
so
terrific.
good. Perfectly seasoned.
Mm.
I could talk about the fries all day.
Exactly.
So we have a harvest salad. So we have mixed greens. There's some pumpkin on here, quinoa, pumpkin seeds, and I believe it is an apple cider vinaigrette.
Mm. I'll let you dig in because I'm still chewing here.
Yeah.
But that's never stopped me in the past. I'm talking with my mouth
This
full.
is my type of salad.
Mm.
Gonna get a little bit of everything in here.
Okay. Mm. This fries is so good.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we are in a park,
So fresh. Oh,
right?
yeah.
And in the summertime, um, uh,
This is perfect park food. All of it.
right?
I agree.
Talk to me.
Oh my gosh. So good. Light. The dressing is so impactful, but not overpowering. I love a pumpkin seed, the pieces of pumpkin, like everything is the perfect bite size too. I hate when you get a salad and you have to use a knife and fork.
Right.
Like the salad is a fork thing.
Exactly. Don't make me work when I'm eating
Yeah,
my salad.
don't make me work for it. This is delicious. I will be finishing this.
All right. Well, look.
Yeah.
Well, score, please.
10 out of 10.
Oh my God. And if you average out all the scores here, I think we're in like the 9.25 out of 10. Here comes my math
Thank-
again. That is absolutely phenomenal. Folks, you got to come over to Terrace by Alessio's. Is this your first time at the Terrace, by the way?
This is my first time here, yes.
Would you come back?
Definitely.
Right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring my parents. They'd love this.
Take it from at the Hungry Traveler, you know what I'm saying? Jenna, we hope to see you on a future show. Maybe back here at the Terrace. We'll see if Luca
Yeah.
invites us back here with this cool wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I know. It's kind of like psychedelic, right? Anyway, thank you so much. Our Places Insider, Jenna Piemonte of At the Hungry Traveler. Great to see you again.
See you too.
Exactly. Folks, don't forget to come by Terrace by Alessio's, 1201 Madison Street, located in the Northwest Resiliency Park. And you can try all of these delicacies. Soon, you're going to have beer and wine with it and everything else on their menu. All right, folks, we will be right back. Peter Biancamano here, your hostess with the mostest of the Pulse with Peter B. Folks, don't forget to follow and like our Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok pages. We're constantly updating those platforms with cool stories and awesome reels. Also, you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post all of our full shows, and you can also binge watch all of our previous episodes. And if you would like to contact us, feel free to reach out to our email address at thepulsewithpeterb@gmail.com. We'll see you there. Welcome back to the Pulse with Peter B. Still here at the gorgeous Terrace by Alessio's, located at 1201 Madison Street in the Northwest Resiliency Park. And folks, you are not Hoboken or a Hoboken night unless you read Hoboken Girl. And we are very, very honored to have the marketing director over at Hoboken Girl, my good friend, even though we were just met a few hours ago, Joelle Hernandez. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you for coming.
Super excited to be here.
Yeah, no, we're super excited to have you. I think the success of the website from Jen down has just been phenomenal. And I think it's time that the audience knows a little bit what goes into behind the scenes of Hoboken Girl, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a full team. So Jen is the founder and mastermind behind the whole thing. She's incredible. I tell her all the time I would follow her off a cliff if she led me there.
Wow.
But she's great. And she created the entire brand that has expanded beyond, you know, where our imaginations could have even thought of.
Absolutely. And you just met our second in command. I would push him off the cliff, not follow off the cliff. But that's a different story for a different time, Joelle. Joelle, but I want to know a little more about you. You just started as the marketing director in the beginning of 2025. Congratulations
Thank you.
On your new position.
Thank you so
What's
much.
some of your background?
Yeah, so I've been with the team in various capacities for about 7 years now. I've been living in Hoboken a little over 8 years. And have been with the team as a contributor, freelance writer, and volunteer coordinator for, like I said, about 7 years, doing a lot of the nonprofit articles and just all things around town, restaurant openings, fitness classes, what have you, and just loved the brand. But I studied journalism and advertising and worked in various capacities in content marketing and publishing. So this was kind of a perfect marriage between my career for the last 10 years and my love of Hoboken.
Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. And you know, and just doing some research, I think the website receives 2 million visits a month, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, that is ginormous. I mean, there's only 65,000 people that live in Hoboken.
I know, yeah.
But, you know, where my confusion comes in, and maybe because I'm such a local, you know, is you have the Montclair girl. You have the local girl, you have the Catskills girl, you have the Jersey Shore girl, and things like that. I mean, and I'm sure I'm missing some here. And then, of course, all under the umbrella of the local girl, correct? So if you want to explain maybe these different, I guess, websites and how they all, like, you know,
how they all work together.
Exactly,
So yeah, exactly as you said, the Local Girl Media is sort of the parent company over all of the different brands. Started with Hoboken Girl. Jen started that about 13 years ago.
Wow.
And then it's just, like I mentioned, grew into something we could have never imagined. So Montclair Girl came after that. And then we have the Jersey Shore Girl, which is where actually I'm from originally. So I was very happy when that came out. And then Catskills Girl and Bergen County as well. So all of them kind of cover their respective counties. We are expanding to other areas in the near future. So things have grown, but it's a full team that puts everything together. We have all of our writers are local. So if you see someone writing for Montclair, they're local to that area. Someone writing for Bergen, they're local to that area. Really, so we can get the pulse on what's going on in that area. Yes, pun intended, of course. Really, so we can understand what's happening in that area, making sure, you know, if someone's walking down the street and we see signage go up for a new business or signage come down for a business, we can, you know, make sure that we're sharing that amongst each other and really getting that information out to the public. We're kind of marrying the two between media and news, and also kind of influencery style, you know, getting the opinions of our writers. We love this place. We want you to visit this place, but also, you know, if something's happening in the area, we want to make sure that we're reporting on that as well, getting credible sources. You know, we work very closely with the police department and leaders in our community. I know we're getting ready to have one on in the next segment. So talking with people to make sure that we're giving credible information on what's happening.
And Joelle's going to be hosting next segment because she's just perfect at segues. No, but that is phenomenal. And really now, you guys are the go-to source. I mean, and it's a small, well-oiled machine.
Yes.
And you guys should be very, very proud. And congratulations on that success. And you know, you and I spoke about this when we spoke a few days ago about local media and how it's a dying art. I just watched a gubernatorial debates,
Yeah.
a few days ago, and they spoke about it and they were like, "Oh, it's unfortunate that local media is dead." But Hoboken Girl and the Local Girl is showing that it's not
It's
dead.
not. It's not. And everyone wants to know what's happening in their immediate area. Yes, of course, national news is great. Even international news is excellent. But how is what's going on in the world affecting me today?
Correct.
What is my day to day life going to look like? What businesses are in my area? Where can my kids go play? Where can I go out on a Friday night? What weather is coming to my area specifically? All of that is something that people want and people really need. And I think seeing the success of the Hoboken Girl and Montclair and all of the brands under the Local Girl media really shows that people want that information. I'm a reader myself, right? Even
Absolutely.
working for the team full time, I don't work on the editorial side, even though that's probably about 80, 90% of what we do. And I find myself scrolling like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that business was opening. Or, I'm looking for things to do on a Friday or Saturday night. I'm going straight to our events guide. So it is something that even I use personally, even working for the team. And I know lots of my friends are always like, I saw this on Hoboken Girl or Montclair Girl recommended this. So it's, yes, people could say it's dying, but it is alive and well here at Local Girl Media.
You know, absolutely. I tell you, my girlfriend has lived with me 11 months now,
Yeah.
and she gets all of her news
Yes.
from Hoboken Girl. I'm like, you could talk to me as well.
Right, right.
Well, she'd rather go to
Yeah.
to Hoboken Girl. And I believe you guys had the best caption for the path closure, which we'll get to in the next segment with Mike.
Yeah.
And I think I don't want to mess it up, so I don't know if you remember this, but it's like a bad breakup or something like you
Yes,
said.
yeah, I know. Our social media lead, Danielle, is incredible. She's
Yeah.
one of the smartest people I know, very quick, very funny, and she comes up with the best captions. So anything you see on social media, most of it is her or Amber. Like I said, I mean, the team, I can't say good enough things about the team, but yes, the path closure, talking about that like a toxic breakup, because it is like
That's what
everyone is sad that it's closed, but they can't wait to go back, right? Like it's this weird relationship that we have with public transportation.
But that's what's amazing about Hoboken Girl is that how you can capture the audience's, attention just by these captions, and really it's a small team
Yeah.
that I'm sure you're very very proud of to be a part of.
Yes.
So
Yes.
absolutely. So if there's a business watching, well, actually, I have a question before that.
Sure.
If you're new to Montclair or Hoboken or the Jersey Shore or somewhere in the Catskills,
Yeah.
and everything else, and you want to visit, one of the Local Girl websites,
Mhm.
what can you expect?
So you can expect everything from business openings and closures to what's happening that weekend, things to do on the weekend, new restaurants to try out, med spas to try out. There's pretty much everything. And then even some safety things that may pop up or transportation, like we just talked about. All of that is covered. And I would say also make sure you're signed up for newsletters. We do send out emails regularly, not too regularly that your inbox is going to be flooded, but just regularly enough that you're going to keep up with the happenings day to day. They'll go right to your inbox. And of course, you can go to the site to read even more, learn more. And of course, follow us on social media. We're always posting things. People are DM us, I think this business is open, or I heard this happened. And that's where we get a lot of our tips from. And then we'll look into it further, reach out to experts in the area, and then get that information out as quickly as we can.
Absolutely. And you certainly have the audience that anybody that's looking for advertising would die to be on. But one thing that I noticed, and again, while I was researching, was under the advertising banner or page under the website, you don't choose everybody because you try to make it as intimate as possible. You're the marketing director. Why is
I am.
that?
Yeah, we want to make sure that what we're giving our readers and what we're giving our audience actually feels true to who we are. So we will report on news that happens, but we want to make sure that the advertisers that we have that come on, or partners, people that we want to partner with, feel authentic to our brand. So we chat with everyone. If you email us, if you send us an email, we will get back to you.
Great.
We want to make sure that it feels right for your business as well. We don't want to, put a business on there that it just doesn't make sense. And then also that it feels right, that something that's our audience would expect.
Absolutely. And if there is a local business or a person out there that's looking to market anything, where can they go? We have about 25 seconds to go. So the floor is yours.
You can email us, hello@thehobokengirl.com. That will go straight to someone on the team, and then we'll make sure we get it to the right person.
Well, Joelle Hernandez. Hernandez. You're invited anytime, taking over the hosting duties.
Thank
You just
you.
got. I've been looking to retire, Joelle.
Yes.
So, you know. And also, I have to give a shout out. You have a twin sister.
I do.
Who's also a contributor.
Yes, she is.
Exactly.
My sister Jordan. We've been contributing together for, like I said, about 7 years. So yeah.
Absolutely. So it might be double trouble on the Pulse in the near future. We shall see. Joelle, thank you
Yes,
so much.
thank you so
Congratulations,
much.
Jen. Congratulations on your success and your team's success. Absolutely. We look forward to having you on a future show.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you. All right, folks. We will be right back. Peter Biancamano back with you. Folks, we have a new television home. After being on cable access for so long, we are now strictly on streaming. So download the Surge Sports and Entertainment TV app on your Roku TV or your Amazon Fire TV and catch our new episodes every Sunday at 9 a.m. We will see you there. Welcome back to the Pulse with Peter B. Peter Biancamano still in the host chair, and thank goodness we don't have Josh on this show because nobody wants to see him. And don't ask when he's coming back because hopefully it's never. But a person who's always been on the show, who's not always been on the show, who has been on the show multiple times in the future is my good friend, 3rd Ward Councilman Michael Russo. Michael, it is great to see you.
Great to see you too, Peter.
How's everything? All right?
Good, very good. Thank you.
Exactly. What do you think of this beautiful Terrace by Alessio?
Listen, it's amazing. This whole park, this structure, the terrace is amazing. One of the best things we did around.
Absolutely. Luca does a phenomenal job.
He
really
does.
does with his 2 locations. Absolutely. Michael, you like to have a lot of fun on this show.
Sure.
But obviously there was a serious incident that happened here in the city of Hoboken. Unfortunately, there was a shooting in Uptown Hoboken by the skate park over at Castle Point, right on Frank Sinatra Drive, or as we used to call it, River Road, correct? It took the city 4 days for it to be released from the public. Why did it take that long?
Yeah, it's a great question, Peter. I mean, we've talked about this even with other incidences in town, right? I think getting that information out is paramount for the city. And I think we don't do the best job in doing that on a consistent basis, right? We hope and we pray this is just a one-off, right? But Hoboken's a tale of 2 cities. It has been for a long time. We have some people who feel like they're very safe when they're walking around the city of Hoboken. And then we have some people who are really concerned about the uptick in crime.
And the divide is larger and larger, correct?
It is.
Yeah.
But you're starting to see it now across the city, right? We've seen this down at the Housing Authority for years, where the perception of those residents is that it's not as safe as other areas of town. But now you're starting to even hear that in other places, right? Now it's up by the river. We've had issues in the park. You know, this is becoming a problem where we really need to get a handle on what's going on. And if there is not an uptick, then we need to communicate that. We need to make sure people understand exactly what's going on in a timely manner. Because I think you're right in saying that 4-day delay became very problematic.
Absolutely, Michael. And obviously our thoughts and prayers with the family of the victim. And the suspect is in custody.
Yes.
So the police did a phenomenal job.
Yes, and they always do.
Absolutely. You know, Michael, but you released a public safety plan recently.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that this uptick in homicides and assaults, of course, the assault over in Church Square Park, caused you to release this.
Yeah, look, public safety, quality of life issues, they've always been really important in the city of Hoboken. So this is just something that I think we as elected officials should be doing on a consistent basis. Right now, I'm the only sitting council person who's actually releasing these policy positions and then following it up with a town hall. And we're doing this on quality of life and public safety, specifically on the 26th. And that's over at Psycho Mike's, which is a nice venue. It's really important for the community to come together, have these conversations and discuss what's going on, because it's not just safety, right? It's also the rat situation that's all across town. It's also the e-bike delivery issues that we're experiencing. It is, you know, ADA compliance across the city of Hoboken. So there's a lot of things that kind of get thrown into this catch-all phrase of quality of life, but it's really important to discuss them. And I think this is something that's much needed in the city of Hoboken.
Absolutely. And I know I've asked you this multiple times on the Pulse with Peter B, so I'm not going to ask you today because, you know, I know what the answer is. But obviously there is a mayoral election coming up.
Correct.
You haven't announced your intentions yet, but your colleague, Councilwoman at Large Emily Jabbour, has announced her intention to run. It's most likely going to be a crowded field. Second Ward Councilwoman Tiffany Fisher announced in the newsletter that she was going to announce at the end of this month. Of course, Fourth Ward Councilman Ruben Ramos. It is a crowded field. What is your goal in the near future, going forward with either policy decisions
Sure.
or maybe an announcement?
Yeah, so
You like
so
that? I kind of switched the question, right?
you always try. Peter, you always try.
Exactly.
No, but honestly, let's talk about it in totality, right? I think the mayor of the city of Hoboken, the next mayor of the city of Hoboken, needs to be somebody who's willing to make significant changes. Right now, we have had this mayor for 2 terms, the mayor before that for 2 terms, and they kind of were consistent in their policy positions and even the staffing across the city of Hoboken. This is a major change election. The next mayor in the city of Hoboken has to make major changes. We don't want to be a basic city. We want to be an extraordinary city. And I think the next mayor of the city of Hoboken will make Hoboken an extraordinary city. And that's really what we need to do.
Absolutely phenomenal. And for the folks at home, Mayor Ball, of course, is running for assembly and has announced that he's running, not running for re-election for mayor. Michael, you brought up a lot of issues.
Yep.
You know, you brought up the rat infestation. You know, you brought up obviously how unsafe people are, you know, feeling about the city of Hoboken. As a council person for now, how do you plan on addressing these issues to make sure that people are more comfortable walking the streets at nighttime and not seeing either a rodent or, God forbid, something even worse?
Yeah, it's a great point, especially now, and you saw this at our last council meeting when I put up a piece of legislation. You had other council people want to kind of change that, and they did that by just introducing their own version of that. I think you're going to see a lot of that this year just because of the mayoral election. But for us, for me anyway, I think it's important that we continue to legislate, continue to do the things that we need to do, and put those policy positions out there so that people can make decisions. If those council people choose not to support them, I think people see through that. And I think they will see through that throughout this entire election season.
Yeah, politics at its best, right?
Yep.
You know, Michael, a inconvenience for many Hoboken residents for this month has been the path shutdown. I mean, what do you rate the city's response to that? I was affected. I work in Lower Manhattan 3 times a week. I take the ferry. I actually like taking the ferry.
Yep.
What do you rate the city's response? And I think what the people at home want to know more importantly is, do you think the work will be done when the Port Authority says it's going to be done on February 25th?
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. I hope it is. But it goes to a bigger issue, right? And it was one of my policy positions that I released prior, and that's transportation across the city of Hoboken. So not only are we dealing with transportation into the city via path or ferry, we're talking about internally as well. Getting from, you know, 5th and Clinton Street to the Turnpike extension is 25 minutes.
Yeah.
There's major projects going on across the city, and the coordination has been poor at best. I think that needs to change, and I think that's what we have to look at when we make some of these decisions.
Absolutely. And now, transportation-wise, I mean, just coming down to this beautiful terrace by Alessio's here at 1201 Madison Street, you know, I was doing zigzags.
Yep. We hit a detour coming over, right?
There's a detour coming over. Do you think it's good planning or poor planning by the city of Hoboken when you have all of this construction going on, let's just say, or all these, you know, enhancements going on, and they're not coordinating about what streets are closed and so on and so forth?
Honestly, I think it's poor planning. And it's not that the work shouldn't be done or doesn't need to be done, right? It does need to be done, and we'll continue to do that. The problem here is coordinating that work so that people could get through the city, and that's really important. So you're not hitting that detour, and then you wind up going in this endless loop of trying to get to your destination, and you just don't know where to go. We're changing traffic patterns. We're putting up detours. We're doing major construction. There's a lot of stuff going on, and people are just confused about it. And it's really affecting the quality of life in the city.
Absolutely. Really, really quickly, because we literally have 45 seconds to go here, Michael, but we didn't talk about the budget. We didn't talk about taxes. You know, obviously, there might be another tax increase this year. I don't want to say might, and you know better than I do.
Yeah.
I mean, what do taxpayers and renters, for that matter, because, you know, everybody forgets that it goes down to the renters, have to look forward to with another possible increase?
Yeah, it's a shame, right? Because we're talking about this affordability issue across the country. And how does local government help with that affordability? Well, we can't decrease the price of eggs, right? But we can decrease your taxes so that you can afford your eggs on the other end of that, right?
Amen.
So that's the stuff that we really need to look at. And every decision, and I harp on this at the council all the time, every decision we make, we have to be cognizant of how that's going to affect the budget. Every time we bond for something, we're borrowing more money. That means we have more money in the beginning of each year in a structural deficit that we have to account for. There's a lot of stuff that we have to look at, and we have to make some really difficult decisions, and that's where this is going. So
Much appreciated. Michael
appreciate
Russo, we're willing to extend the time just in case you do want to make an announcement here on the Pulse with Peter B. And
the only thing I would like, the only thing I'll say is watch your social media, watch your emails. I'm sure there'll be a lot more to come in the coming weeks.
I appreciate it. Great to see you. Third Ward Councilman Michael Russo. Look for him on social media. I believe it's at Dr. Michael Russo or something
Yes.
like that, correct?
Yep.
And there might be an announcement in the next few weeks. Really appreciate you coming
Thanks.
on again. All right, folks. Join us next week for The Pulse on everything you need to know. I'm Peter Biancamano. I hope you have a great week, everybody.